I'm very grateful and very delighted that I'm here for my second TED Talk. I would just want to thank, before I begin, I want to thank the alumni, I want to thank the students and the faculty of Sunbeam Varuna School in Varanasi for inviting me to this lovely event. So today's topic is spreading smiles. And while I was researching smiles in general, I came across like a little factoid that there are apparently 19 different kind of smiles. Now, I found this surprising, not because that there are so many different kind of smiles, but because there's such a little variety of smiles. Considering that we are 8 billion people living on a planet, all of us with different experiences, with different emotions, with different mindsets, and there are only 19 smiles that we have, as variety. I thought there would be like some 50, 60, 500 odd different kind of smiles. Also, in these 8 billion people, each of us, we think about 70,000 thoughts a day. Now, perhaps you'd like to assume that out of these 70,000 thoughts that we think in a day, there'll be at least 100 thoughts that'll make us smile, right? But no, you're wrong. There's like an adult, a generally happy adult human being will smile about 40 to 50 times a day. A cynical human being, a normal average human being, will smile about 10 to 15, max 20 times a day. When we were children, we used to smile some 400 times a day. So what went wrong? How has our happiness deteriorated to such a great extent? Of course, life happened, disappointments happened, heartbreak happened, struggles with money happened, struggles with family happened. We had to grow up. We had to become adults. We got lost in this banality of life, and we somehow forgot to smile, right? Also, it doesn't help that we live in this world where, on one hand, we've just come out of a pandemic. On the other hand, there's a war that's going on. And then there's this constant fear of climate change and where it will lead us. So what are the reasons to smile, really, right? So let me start telling you about how to begin this anatomy of a smile. Now, first of all, whether your smile is natural or whether your smile is forced, in both cases, your brain sends these feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. It gives you a rush of that, even if your smile is forced. Sometimes we smile from the inside, but sometimes we smile from the outside. But either way, our nerves give our brain, the moment our nerves give our mouth the signal to shape into a smile, it also gives our brain the signal to release these feel-good neurochemicals. Okay, so that's reason number one. Now let's move on to a more beauty kind of reason about why to smile, since I am a beauty writer. Now, I read in some, many years back, I read about this lady who did not smile for 40 years. From the age of 10 to the age of 50, she did not smile because she thought that smiling would give her wrinkles. I hope she's smiling now. I hope she's all right. I hope she's happy, which I'm sure she is. But for me, the way I look at it from a beauty perspective is that a smile is an instant facelift. There's a muscle that goes around your mouth, which is connected to two muscles that are attached up here near the temples. So as soon as you smile, your mouth is lifted upwards into this sort of smile. In fact, now there is this treatment also. There's this procedure, the cosmetological procedure, which is called the smile procedure, I think, that upturns a droopy mouth. So when you're sad, your mouth becomes like this, which is considered to be aging. So there's this procedure, the smile procedure, that lifts the corners of your mouth up. Now, you really don't need to do that procedure if you just get into the habit of smiling and using all these muscles to lift your face up. Also, smile is something that instantly disarms the other person. There's reason to there's enough research to prove that people perceive smiles as disarming, and which they are, right? You look at someone in the lift and you smile, and instantly the person becomes warmer towards you. We're attracted towards people who smile, right? When we think of relationships, whether it is romantic or it is between friends or family relationships, we are gravitated towards people who smile. When we look for a life partner, forget about money or wealth or looks or whatever. What is the glue that really holds people together? We all look for someone with a sense of humor because they instill joy in our life, which makes it worth living, which is another reason to smile. Now, let me tell you about my own experience, right? Like, people tell me that I have a smiling face, hasmukh. Everyone says that I look very hasmukh. So, how has it benefited me? Now, people are naturally attracted towards me. People like to spend time with me. People trust me, and all the right reasons, because there's no way I'm divulging any of their secrets to you right now. And people enjoy my company. People enjoy working with me because, all of us want to be with people who want to smile. I've already made that point, right? The other side, or the downside, if you may want to call it, though I don't see it as a downside at all, is sometimes people think that, okay, there's this girl who is sunshiny, happy, and whatever, and like maybe she won't be able to stand her ground. Maybe she doesn't have that fire in her belly, or that ambition. But I just love it at this aspect. I just love being underestimated, because then I can surprise people by holding my ground. I can surprise them by the fire in my belly or the strength of my opinions. And trust me, when this kind of strength and this kind of seriousness comes from someone who smiles, their opinions are taken much more seriously, because there's that contrast in persona. Now, even in everyday life, I mean, we have a tendency as humans to gloss over a lot of the small joys in life, right? So let's start counting all the chotu things that we can be grateful for. Okay. So firstly, we have 10 fingers and 10 toes. That's 2 points. You guys are watching me. You guys have the privilege of sight. That's something to be grateful for and smile about. You guys are listening and able to comprehend what I'm saying. Such a huge reason to smile. After this, some of you will go out with friends. Friends are such a huge reason to smile. So many people don't have friends in this world. You may have loved someone, or you may have someone who just dotes on you. It could be a pet also, but that's also such a huge reason to smile. After this, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. That's such a huge privilege that I'm able to do that in the safety of my own house. Speaking of safety, all of you are here. You are taking time on a Sunday. You're able to watch my TED Talk undisturbed with complete peace. Do you know what a privilege that is? That there's so many people in the world who will not be able to do this. That's a reason to smile. I took a shower this morning. I think that's a fantastic reason to smile. It's a Sunday. Some of you may not have taken a shower, and that's totally okay. And that's also another reason to smile. But most importantly, I was reading this blog post by this nurse who who basically serves in palliative care. So she basically treats patients who are on their deathbed. So she did this blog post. If you Google it, you can find it. The top 5 regrets people have on their deathbed about how they lived their life. And among the 5 reasons, the 3 that I found that really left an impression on me and really spoke to me were that: 1, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I mean, we're all like always in this thing about like work, and if this is done, that is done. I mean, that's me also. I'm guilty as charged. So literally, this is a note to self. Then the second regret was, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. I mean, most of you may be in school, and like maybe you don't understand how people grow up and then move on with their lives and lose touch with their friends. But friends are such a source of joy, and true friends are so rare. One must always hold on to that. And the last one was, I wish I had allowed myself to be happier. Okay, allowed myself to be happier, which shows that most often we stand in the way of our own happiness, right? Our mind keeps looking for reasons to get worried, whereas we should be looking for more reasons to smile. In fact, you know what's the best thing about smiling and humor and joy? That it is best when it is shared. Like when you tell a joke, isn't it even more fun when your friends laugh at it? Or, when somebody is upset with you, you talk to them, you cajole them, and then finally they smile. Isn't it wonderful? So, whether it is to give or receive or to share, a smile is the best gift that you can give or receive. That's all I wanted to say today. Thank you all for joining in for my TED Talk.